Ha ha! We are live. There we go.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, man?
too much, man. I feel like I'm being harassed with information. I feel like I'm being like over like it's too much.
Whoever
Like
would be doing such a thing?
the thing is like I was actually like really cool with like not knowing. I don't like knowing people's shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're gay, be gay. I don't care to like I don't like to know anyone's shit. Like
Uh,
ever. So if you sucked your cousin off,
yeah, Kanye, that's not the best thing to share. I don't know. No one really wanted to know about that.
I didn't want to know about that shit like at all. I've actually like I think my mind is subconsciously doing a thing where it just like is actively forgetting shit. Like before, like like how you would have to like things would have to like time would have to progress and then your
Yes,
mind will forget the traumatic shit. I think
yes,
my mind's going in a hyperdrive and it's just learning to just forget.
right. I
Because
mean,
this
he's. I don't know what's the. My whole thing is like, what were you trying to gain here, buddy? Like, what was the goal here? Like, it's he because a lot of other things he says, I feel like are kind of like, oh, you're playing. I see what you're doing. You're trying to set this up for this. This just was like, okay, this is left field and this is weird.
well, look,
This is
it
weird.
listen, this is weird. Maybe I don't know if he's telling the truth or lying or having a
I
manic
don't know,
episode,
but
but
why use this lie? why
but
why this one?
let's take it like it's truth then. Let's take it like this happened.
Well, we have to. I mean, that's what he said happened. So
It
I mean,
now
I'm not gonna when a nigga what they say when a nigga tells you who he is, believe him,
you believe him.
believe him. Like what are we talking about?
But like now do we take this like was this the trauma? Was this a trauma or was this like him just being like was his cousin older and making him suck his dick?
No, no,
Or
no, no. Let's read what Ye chose to say.
because they
Ye
both
ch-
go.
chose to say, uh where is this? Ye chose to say this song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant or in stabbing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. First alarming thing right there. We acted out what we saw. Okay, yay. Why don't you tell us more? My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. Also, the word closet, very, very interesting choice of verbiage. My name is Jay, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
I
Now, very quickly, let's start here.
It sounds like Kanye is actually the abuser.
Well, first off, yes, because how old is this cousin?
6.
And
All right,
then wait,
put
time
this
out,
nigga
time
in
out, very
jail, bro.
quickly, very quickly. This is Nick's idol. Why don't we do that very quickly? Nick loves everything about Kanye West. I remember him even saying when we were in New Orleans, right? And we have that episode coming out. You guys are gonna love it. But when we were in New Orleans, remember we're walking up, we were talking about Vic Mensa, and he's just like, "Well, he knows Kanye West, so he's great. Anyone who knows Kanye West, I got yeah, Ye's the best." So your idol sucked his cousin's dick when he was 14 years old.
I'm just hearing more and more reasons to keep your kids away from him, Kim Kardashian.
I don't like where you went with that. Keep your kids away from him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because at
I
this
don't.
point, I think it's like protecting
Okay,
the kids.
at this point, I fair. But
it's not even,
you know what's
I'm not.
crazy? He's crazy enough.
I think I understand the point you were about to make, and I'm
Yes.
not trying to take that away. But in a like, bro, protect these fucking babies,
No,
bro.
I feel that, but like, do we really think Kim Kardashian is the one out here protecting kids? Do you think Kris Jenner's the one out here
It,
protecting kids?
the crazy thing is more than Kanye.
I
because
won't say that.
Kanye has his new wife walking around here naked. So you're talking about Playboys. Saint only sees his stepmom's titties all day.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do to Saint? Like
Well,
Kanye's talking about Playboys. My dad is creating the shit that made him suck his cousin's dick or whatever. And now he's doing ultra like pornistic shit.
yeah, but your mother sucked dick on camera with Ray J. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a they were born into a cesspool to begin with. Let's just admit that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes. So let's not like forget like their mother's mother it actually encouraged a sex tape. So we're dealing with literal child pornography being made, not technically, because I guess Kim Kardashian was an adult, but it's still the fact. The fact that you're ushering.
Exactly. Your child pornography that you help sell to Vivid.
Exactly. So, and then there's that whole video of Kanye. Remember when he shows up like the good boy because he brought the tape back from Ray J. Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, they ain't never gonna extort us again because there was another tape. Okay, so are we about like who are the lesser of the two evils at this point? Before I would have said, I mean, let Kanye, but now with everything that we've seen with him sucking his cousin's dick.
Well, we haven't seen that, but we've
no, we haven't.
Also, let's be real, we haven't had a Kanye face to the statement. So for all we know, this could be a group of people also trying to ruin him.
At this point,
we don't know.
He wore a Black Klansman. All right, I'm just trying to list shit. All right.
Yes.
Twitter's Kanye's main Twitter with the gold mark tweeted, "I sucked my younger cousin's dick." And last week he was on Academics in a Klansman, an all-black Klansman outfit.
It was leather. It was nice.
He constantly threatens his ex-wife, and then he does wild shit, calls the babies retarded, and then be like, why won't they let me see my kids?
Wait, time out. So let's also go back to that. That's the funny thing about the whole shit. At the end of the Academics interview, he literally goes, he's like, after the Jay-Z tweet, the rest of the tweets weren't so bad. And then he was like, man, yeah, that was like your worst one. And then he goes, or my best. and I said, fair, sir, fair.
Do you think this current tweet is his best? Do you think he's topped himself? Whoa.
Oh, I think he's topped more than himself, sir. I think he's topped more than himself. I think he's topped people in his family.
No, oh my God, because at this point, like now things are gonna start coming out. Like I don't want the extra information that's gonna come with this.
Yes,
no, okay, but who's the lesser of the two evils, Stro?
Personally, I mean, here's the thing. I gotta see Kanye stand behind what he said, even if he has like the mask, the KKK mask on, or any of that shit. I need to like hear him say it in like an interview or something, or like explain the tweet, just because I know, it's a tweet, bro. Like anyone could be tweeting from his phone. We don't know that, but it's possible. He could be. No, this is what I'm saying though. He could be committed already. We really don't know.
Schrodinger's cat. Yeah, of course. The cat's in the box. It hasn't been moving. It could be dead.
Could be dead. Could be alive. Who knows? And guess what? Is it alive? You won't know until you open the box. So, it's listen, man, I do think that there's a point. I think that was kind of ridiculous. I didn't need to know it. I also didn't need to know that Donda liked gay porn. I didn't need to know that.
Oh my God, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that.
So like she can't even like defend herself. And now this shit's going on, which is kind of ridiculous and quite unfair. Yeah, I mean, I didn't need to know any of this. It's like, here's the thing. It's okay. Who cares what you're into, yay? I just, ideally not with family. And, ideally.
Like,
I'm just,
bro, you're crossing a fucking line.
no,
Kanye.
a ridiculous line. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. But
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's different.
that's
Like, I understand.
incest.
Like, no. Like, I understand. Like, finding porn with your cousins and like running around. Like,
Well, even like white kids, I've like a lot of white kids I've like heard it's very common. Like they'll just like jerk off to
it's
porn in the
it,
same room, and that's like kind of weird. But like at the same time, they're like
but
12,
it's like your
11.
kids. You're
Your kid.
all
Yeah,
children. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You guys watching Cinemax or something. Something comes on and something like that, and everybody's
yeah.
just like, "Oh shit!" Y'all see? I get that.
But boy, acting
Sucking.
acting it out is kind of wild, and we're related. Because here's the thing, like y'all didn't even care about like. So was you excited to go to your cousin's house, or were you more like, shit,
Are
I gotta
you
see,
scared?
I gotta see this
No,
nigga again.
no, because you were the one that was doing it, older cousin. If you were 8 and you were 6, you were the one that was like, "Oh, I'm
Well,
going to my cousin's
he
house."
said until I was 14. So wait, hold on, let me add this again. So he said he did it till he was 14.
He did until he was 14. His
Eh,
cousin was 6.
yeah, but
Perhaps
see, that's the thing. But so his cousin, I mean, his cousin got older while he got older, right? And where's the 6? Where did he say this?
I,
Uh,
it,
let me see.
yeah,
This is
when he was
okay.
6, and
When
then
he
we
was 6,
out.
and then we acted out what we saw. So that's another thing. He's been very mindful to not say how old he was. So he said till he was 14. So then we would
But
have
the
to
way
figure out.
that this is phrased, it makes me feel like he was older. Like
Well,
the way
yeah, it
that
sounds like it. Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
he was 6. I'm just like,
Well, I guess he's giving us a song, right? So we'll hear it in the song.
I'm not listening to that fucking song.
Oh, I'm listening to the song. I want to hear what story he decides to tell. I'm definitely listening to that song. I'm gonna be honest with you. And if it sounds anything like World War III, that beat's gonna be cold. I can't get behind everything you're saying in the song, but the beat's gonna be cold.
Oh, okay, all right. Lyrics to the Kanye cousin song. Oh my God, cousins. Here you go. Oh, this is the song.
It's out.
Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen some niggas kiss, and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I.
Wait. These are the lyrics.
That's when I gave my cousin head. Gave my cousin head. Gave my cousin head.
Oh God.
I gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. Yo, please, when this video is edited, please.
There's no editing. We just gonna have clips.
Okay,
And it's just
yeah,
gonna be like, gave my cousin head. Gave my cousin head. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm cutting out all context. I'm just gonna have LeMicah just say, I gave my
fucking Kanye.
That's kind of crazy. Well, you know what though? Here's the thing though. You know, I think that there's a lot of toxic things going on in Hollywood as far as people, you know, saying and doing things they shouldn't do.
Man, let's just take down all the black men today. Let's go. Fuck it. Woo!
Oh wait, are you hearing this?
Yeah.
It's coming through. I can't even hear it.
You know, I heard it. I heard it when you played it. I heard it and then it stopped.
Oh, there.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes. Yes.
That man is mad.
He mad as hell. He want to choke her now.
Well,
and the thing is, oh yeah. And I see what he's doing.
Well, okay.
Okay, what? You know, he's sitting there like this.
Well, I'm not really interested in
being choked.
Getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Maybe this is kink talk.
Because after he keeps going,
I got choked, small white woman.
Yeah.
You trust that she's not recording,
It's not a
Shannon?
good
There's
look.
no way. After this goes
Shannon.
off, there's no.
Not a good look that you did with the shit you did to me.
What she do to you, Shannon?
She probably was threatening to out him or something.
I want to know.
Okay, well,
She had to do something so that made him so angry for
I
him
think she was going.
to
I think
not
she was going to out him.
for his alarms not to be going off. Like, why are you repeating what I'm saying?
What I'm saying,
Why?
right?
Like, why are you?
So
Like,
this
there's-
is her.
Yeah. You think
Ah,
she's gonna out him?
she was.
Like,
Yeah, like you know.
like
all
what? But
all
you
the other. She was gonna have Shannon Sharpe over here looking like yay. That's what she was gonna do.
well, I mean, the text messages was like, yeah, I put my tongue in your butt.
I haven't seen the text. What are the text messages?
Yeah, he released some text messages. Well, he released text messages.
Yeah, because he tried to get out of
tried to
it.
get ahead of it.
Listen, bro, I was going to give you $10 million. This is when you know shit's tough. If I was going to give you $10 million, and then
I
you
did
and then
something.
you
I
go
did something.
and then you go away and say, nah, no. Whatever happened, some shit happened. Like, and I'm not putting it on him like he's this terrible, but I'm just saying like there's some shit she's privy to or has information on that you really don't want out, because when a motherfucker walks away from 10 million,
They said they had a 30-second video, and he was like, "No, show the whole clip.
show the whole clip.
Show the whole clip."
Because realistically, if they're on some crazy kink shit and he's like, let's be real, if he's choking her or slapping her or doing some stuff like that, but you only show 30 seconds of it, that's going to look crazy. Opposed to the whole video where she could be laughing in the beginning and then they get into it. Who knows? Like, just saying. Also, that's not one I don't think you should have got caught up with. Like, I'm just looking at the pictures. I'm like, there's better out here for what the kind of money you got.
He said he met her at a gym, and they fell in love. I don't know, man.
I don't fell in love. No, what did the crazy shit is everybody was saying Monique was trying to tell him.
Yeah,
Find somebody out here to love your 56-year-old.
He said, I got a fat friend. Her name is Alidorus. You're gonna love her. Why? But isn't it weird that, first of all, I just want to bring up the fact that Jay Busby or whatever, something.
Oh,
Busby,
he back in it. He back in it.
So my whole thing is, it's like his credibility is shot. That attorney's credibility is shot.
But have you looked up his background though? So somebody read me his background, and I was like, oh shit, no, I thought the same thing, but apparently he got that nigga has a background that's actually pretty damn good.
Like what do you mean?
He's done some shit. Like, hold on.
He's done some shit. Like, because right now, a lot of the shit that I see is him extorting people.
That's what I thought it was too.
Like, it's like he puts calls out on certain people. He finds somebody that that you might have had beef with or did something wrong or something happens, and then they put in a class action suit to get he finds either class action suits or he files civil suits.
Yeah,
because like, isn't this a civil suit?
That I don't know. Let me see.
Because if it's a civil suit, you're not going to jail. This is just for fucking money. And I've always found it fucking strange when people say that they have violent behavior, but they only go after a civil suit.
Okay, so yeah, but I mean, also, like, let's be real. We know what that is. It's a shakedown. You're being shaken down. That's what it is. I mean, it sucks, but it's just that's the case. Okay, so let me share this. So
it's always the niggas with the big deals that just popped up. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're right. Just got, bro. I know it's bro. It happens every time like clockwork. You know why? Because pussy is the easiest. Like, it's the easiest thing that can take down somebody who's headed in the right direction.
And this is the real business. For some women, like, this is a true and tried real.
Why would I do OnlyFans when I can extort you? I can stop showing my pussy and I can give it to you and then say I didn't like it. And now I need 10 million.
I need 10 million because I told you to stop in the middle of the sex and you didn't.
Also, 10 million. I was gonna be quiet for 10 million. But now maybe because you called me and you was on bullshit, now I'm gonna record you, and then I'm gonna turn down the 10 million because I think I could just get more.
Then
Crazy.
she's sending text messages talking about 25,000 per cheek or something like that. I don't know how his alarms weren't going. Oh no, he was just a major trick.
He does this all the time anyway. It's just like what's the nigga?
That's his.
Zion Williamson, same shit. It's like certain niggas just like that's what they. Here's the problem, and I've been guilty of this too. There's a type of woman that you don't need in your life. Like they are not useful for anything except for one thing. But you like them so much. You like them so much. And here's the thing, you don't even always like them 20 minutes after you're done, but you like them so much in the moment. Because you know all the screws ain't completely tied on too tight. You like that. And then what happens is when that bites you in the ass, you want to sit there and feel shocked. But it's like, no. If she's willing to fly to your home for a couple $1,000s and let you do what you want, there ultimately will be a problem here.
But see, here's the problem here. He's having full-on relationships with these women. Like, it's not you call, you come. There's a whole discourse in relationship, and we're going to these events together.
You know why though? Because I got money to do it, and low key, I also think I like these kinds of women because low key, I don't plan on marrying any of them because that's probably also not what I'm really into. So I think that's another issue.
But like, keep a hooker in a hooker's place.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. No, I can't do that because I gotta be outside. All the rumors is going on about me. All the rumors that going on about me, Skip. All these rumors. and they want to say anything about me. But here's the thing. I don't want to be with none of these women. That's the truth. I don't want to be with them. But I need to be outside with a couple women. I can't keep taking my stylist to all the basketball games. Niggas are getting privy. They get suspicious, Skip. I can't do that, Skip. Come on now.
Because like that's my thing. All right, if she OnlyFans, is she like, and that's like the money joint. I lace her off with money and she comes, does her thing. If that's who she is, he's on the phone with her, letting her like having long conversation.
Listen, the second I get the message
that she knows where my house is, I'm like, what?
I'm not answering that. You would have to just go sue me.
I'm not talking to you.
The lawsuit has to just come. Like someone has to knock on my door, and I need to get served, nigga. Because there's no way I'm not answering anything. I'm not calling you trying to talk this out. Okay,
no.
The only thing I would possibly do, we can meet in person at a public place. I would do that. And when I tell you I'm going to be the quaintest, calmest, and on the low, I'm gonna have somebody I know in the restaurant watching, possibly recording. That's the most I'm going to do because then we can discuss things. You could try to still record me. I'm going to be recording you too. That's fine. But on a phone call or a text message or anything, I'm stopping.
Phone calls for us to be.
No.
Ain't no text messages that me and you are arguing on the like. I'm not giving you any of my energy.
I'm not discussing choke over a message with you.
Over a message. I'm not discussing choke, even if that's what I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? Even if that is what I am paying for.
Have you people ever heard of Donald Sterling? Donald Sterling couldn't call niggas in his own home.
In his own house. I've always felt some way about that.
That's ridiculous.
I've always felt some kind of way about that. Because it's like, it's Donald Sterling and Mel Gibson. Because it's two people. These are two people that I've always been like, it's racist, but like they're at home.
They're at home, bro. That's like linking a group chat that motherfuckers are in. And it's just
exactly.
And I'm talking to my girl. Like I'm thinking
there's two levels to that. I'm at home in my house. I've always said, if you're gonna be racist, do it in. You could be racist in your
Yeah.
home. It's your home. You pay for it. So if you're staying racist, and if you're my woman, like I'm having an out. Me and you are yelling because yes, people in this time don't think men yell. Like don't think a man and a woman have arguments. Like
Right.
those happen, and then
Yes.
we're yelling at each other. Like yes, there you don't hit a one, but yes, we're gonna
You
yell.
can
And we're
yell.
gonna say some. We can yell.
Also-
And we can say some really fucked up things to each other.
If you've been around that long with this person, you're shocked that they're racist now?
First of all, you knew you were racist. That's
You
why
knew. You knew.
That's why you knew exactly the time to turn the recorder on.
Yeah.
You knew exact. We're in person.
Oh, so
You
somebody,
knew.
wait, hold on. Somebody
knew.
said, so pack of niggas is cool as long as you are home. So as long as you're
Hell
home.
no, it's not
No,
cool.
it's
And
not
now I
cool.
see you.
We're not going to say
but
cool, but
you are home.
it's your right. Okay, I'll do this. It's just like your mind. You're allowed to think thoughts that you don't say. So what are you going to do? We're going to treat this shit like pre-crime? We're going to be mad that somebody said something racist in their mind? So I'll put it this way.
No.
If I don't run up and grab the girl's ass at the gym who looking good in the Lululemons, I haven't done a crime. Now, if in my mind I look over, I go, damn, she got a fat ass. That's not a crime. It's
me and the conversations I've had with older people in their homes.
right.
I'm looking at them like, this is fucked up that you're
black
black
people be having some.
No, black people.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
talking
what I'm
about black people. They'll say some shit, and I'm like, that's fucked, bro. But I'm in your home.
You have
That's
every
not-
right.
You have every right to feel. You can't come into nobody else's home and talk
Right.
about the way they live. Like that's just like how they feel. Now, have you? Mel Gibson said some wild shit, and I'll never forget it. And I'll always look at him and be like, so a pack of niggas? Because that also,
We move like wolves.
I never heard a nigga say nothing like that before in my life. And he was like, because first of all, the situation was his girlfriend was going outside wearing something scantly or something scantly.
Yes.
And he was like, I keep telling you not to go outside like that. And you keep on going outside like that. And now everybody in this chat, if you had a girlfriend and you've had conversations, you know how they like to piss you off. So it's like, I keep telling you not to fucking go outside. First of all, you're Mel Gibson's woman. You're my woman. We live in Malibu.
I
You
am
live
not
here.
yay.
Like,
I am not yay. I don't like this.
I'm not with that shit. So and now have you. This is the 7th time I've asked you not to go outside wearing like shit like that. Well, I like to wear
It's my body, my choice.
Nope. And this is my house. This is my money. I bought that.
I paid for the scantily clothes that you are wearing.
And I didn't say anything when I bought it, but I'm asking you right now not to wear the little something else back. You're just gonna
I hope you get by a pack of what?
I said a pack.
But here's the thing. She knew
Danny
she was
Glover
doing.
would be appalled.
How did she have the tape rolling when that was said? How did she just so happen to have the tape rolling on that moment?
She knew she was gearing up. She was gearing up to piss him off.
She's heard the pack of niggas argument before. you probably don't even want to hear you probably don't even want to hear what he had to say about some other races of people. so the pack of niggas was probably the best thing. She said it won't end his career. It'll just slow him down for a little bit.
The thing is, we've heard Mel Gibson say racist things before when he
course.
was getting arrested, and he was like, "Come on, sugar tits," and I was like, "That's funny."
And
But
then
then,
he was
like, you're
"The
saying that
Jews
to a
killed
cop.
Jesus. It's like, stop, Mel. Stop, please. This is not good for you.
It's not good for you.
Not good for you.
But also, it's like it's funny because I genuinely love Mel Gibson.
He was
Like his
great.
movies, What
Great.
Women Want.
Not
I
only
love
that,
what Lethal
Passion
Weapon
of the
series.
Christ, he funded himself. Do you know how much money he fucking made off of that? He funded it.
He
himself.
funded it himself, and it was the highest grossing movie. It's still adjusted
One
for
of
inflation. It's still in the top 10, top 20 highest grossing movies of all
Crazy.
time.
He cashed the fuck out, bro.
So I can be as racist as I want.
I don't need Hollywood, and I don't need these niggas. So what are we talking about? And Danny, hey, just best of luck.
You know I love you, Daddy. He loves Daddy. He loves Daddy. It
Very
just comes
quickly.
out of him sometimes. Yeah.
Busby. Tony Busby is known for winning several high-profile cases, including a $100 million settlement for workers affected by a chemical release. He has also secured significant verdicts in cases like a $41 million verdict in worker death case and a $30 million verdict against a Houston welding company. Busby has also settled lawsuits for 25 women, accusing, Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct. 25 women, holy shit, he was an easy one. They was just like, oh yeah, we can put it on Deshaun again. Let's see. Oh, he also filed a $750 million lawsuit on behalf of 120 victims of the Astro World Festival crowd crush. That was what I was.
Here's the thing. So, like, yes,
they're all extortion cases. They're all extortion. You got money to.
Everything you named to me
is extortion.
He walked into the office the same way.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? With his
welding company, did someone get burned? Stop.
Everything is an extortion case, whether it be righteous or not. He's an ambulance chaser. Like he's a fucking 100%. Like to the highest degree, and it's like it. I don't know, but like he just has a iffy background.
For sure. For me. He is. I mean, he is an ambulance. Like you said, that's the best way to put it. He really is an ambulance chaser in the scheme of things.
Yeah. We're doing it. But what are my Skittles gonna look like? What are my Skittles gonna look like, man?
We gotta save the children. We're gonna ban all the red dyes. No more red dyes in all of America's foods.
Joe Rogan would
RFK.
Joe Rogan would hate you. He would beat your ass.
I love it though because I like the guy. It's just funny because he's just like, we're gonna find out where this autism comes from, and then we're gonna make sure all the children aren't eating red dyes. Cheryl doesn't like it either. Cheryl hates it.
Did you see Donald Trump not shake?
Shake Cheryl's. Bro, I was like, damn, because
Herb needs to come back. I already know
Larry
back,
was
though.
Like, he did come back though. He did come back though. He did.
He did. Well, he circled back around.
Circled back. Very quickly. U.S. bans artificial dyes from all food products effective today. That's incredible. As long as it's really happening. That's a win.
That's bro. People are mad about that.
Of course they are. They're mad about everything. No. Oh, okay. So very quickly, because I have to get out of here soon. People are mad about that, but I'm going to get to the thing that I think is ridiculous that people are deciding to be mad about. And this is definitely going to be a controversial topic. We really, I've never seen us go this hard for anything, but we really want to bring this nigga back from El Salvador? There are people going to El Salvador to argue that this MS-13 member should be brought back to America. So check it out. This was the best explanation I've seen of this. The bald guy who's he's like kind of an asshole. He's always speaking in the White House. Yeah. Oh, bro, he broke this down so eloquently. He was like, well, wait, where do you think he's supposed to go based on our policies now? Hold on, you have to see this because it really doesn't make sense. Like, it really doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying due process, but like, I want to listen to what he has to say.
He had crimes in America. That's another thing. His own wife, had a order against him, which I'm going to pull that up as well. So, and then when not Shannon Sharpe, when what's the guy from the you know his name, Michael Strahan asked her, so you had a protection order against your husband, and she didn't want to answer it. His wife. So this is what I'm saying. Okay, so this shit is hilarious. Are you ready?
Is the president going to ask for him to be returned to the United States or not? Like, yes or no?
Let me ask you, what do you think would happen to him if he came back to this country? As your understanding of immigration laws, what do you think would happen?
But I'm just asking at this point about whether or not
you're asking a lot of questions.
The president.
You were all asking a lot of questions about this, and you also could care about it a lot. So let's see if any of you have researched anything about this issue at all. Can anyone here tell me what would happen to the illegal alien from El Salvador if he came back to the United States? Does anyone here know? Anyone want to guess? Any of you?
He could be with his family.
What do you know the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order? Do you know the difference? Any of you, please. Do you? Well, we're not in the government. But you couldn't even spend 72 hours over the weekend learning the distinction, even though you've been writing and talking about it this whole time.
Facts.
What I'm getting from this conversation, which is educational for me, is that not one person in the media knows the difference between a deportation order and a withholding order. Is that a fair statement? You're learning about this all for the first time right now? I guess so. Okay. So the deportation order means the judge has said he must be deported from the country. He has no right to remain here any longer. He must be removed from the country. So his only options are to be deported to his home country or another country. That's it. There's no other option. He doesn't get to stay here. He doesn't get to live here. He has no future here. He has no right to be here. He's an illegal alien. So when you keep saying return, because you've been spun up by the open borders advocates, you all seem to be operating under the illusion that he would be able to come to the United States and just continue to live here illegally. That's not an option available to him. His only choices in life are to live in El Salvador or to live in another country. That's it. There's no other option, legally or otherwise, because he came to our country illegally. Do you understand that? He would be arrested. He'd be put in confinement. He would be deported the second time to El Salvador again, because there's no withholding order for an alien who's a member of a foreign terrorist organization, number one. Number two is the gang that he's a member of doesn't exist in El Salvador anymore. Right. So what you're asking for is to be deported twice. But additionally, if we chose to just pretend that the withholding order was real, he would be deported to a different country. So, for example, he could be deported to Egypt. So I'm just trying to understand, is it your view, in other words, you define a country that would be willing to take a MS-13 member from El Salvador. So I'm trying to understand from you all is, so if he came back and under our laws, he was then deported to Egypt or to Somalia, would you then be saying, great, I'm so glad that you deported him to another country? Is that what you'd all be saying?
Yeah.
My thing is, they're doing things. Did the judge not order him to be returned to? Did the Supreme Judge or something like that order him to be returned back to the country? Because my whole thing is, I'm fine with getting rid of criminals and everything, but due process is a real thing.
Right. But here's it. No. But stop. Fuck that. There's no due process when you weren't supposed to be here in the first place. You are illegally here in the first place. So due process only applies to Americans who have their paperwork or people who have green cards. So, for example, the girl who went to college, in college or whatever, and they went and swooped her up because she was protesting against. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that, because you actually are here legally and you are here going to. That's fine. That is fine.
But what happened to her?
No, that's what I'm saying.
And then
that's
also,
bullshit.
when you flee to this country, you have an opportunity to flee for sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just saying that.
But you have criminal charges also in this country now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you need to fucking leave. And also, why are our politicians going to El Salvador to try to get this man back? That's all I'm getting at. There's way better people, I'm sure, to try to go get back. That's all I'm saying. And there's way better things that we could be working on. But you want to get a man whose wife was afraid of him to come back to America when he's also been proven to be a MS-13 member. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And why are we dying on this hill? Just like a lot of hills Democrats decide to die on.
I think that, if you just let things slide and keep sliding, it's a slippery slope.
Exactly.
So it's like things get worse and worse and worse and worse. So then you have students who are losing their, visas or their study visas because they're protesting and things of that nature. So I think it's more so the slippery slope aspect of it.
So then what we do? So then you send those fucking people over there to go save that person or save those people who are protesting. And that's a different thing. If they were going over there to do that, if the conversation was about those people, it's a different conversation.
I'm sure they have people that are looking for them.
But the only thing that's coming up in the news is about this fucker. Like,
well, I mean, that's also on purpose. That like certain things they call attention to certain things and move attention.
yeah,
to
but
certain
okay. So if we want to go with the slippery slope theory, let's be real. Okay, if we're going with slippery slope theory, so then also it's a slippery slope when you let a whole bunch of people who aren't supposed to be in your country without any proper paperwork. Slippery
Also,
slope.
yeah, no, yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Also, before you get off, because I know you do have to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
Because
Very quickly, I just
feel
want to show
like
you
that's
this, and then we
important.
will. I
Okay.
and
have to ask it. You did take out a temporary order of protection against your husband in 2021. Were you in fear of your husband?
Husband is alive. That's all I can say.
Okay, and you know I'm not going to push on that apparently. But how much hope?
I gotta push on that. Apparently, that's what I'm saying, bro. And
Maybe.
here's the protection order.
2021. Were you in fear
Here's the
of your
protection
husband?
order as well. So I told him to give me his card to pay. He got angry and started insulting me. I only put a few dollars of gas once leaving there. He pulled out like crazy. I started recording because I was scared of the way he was during and because because of the way he was driving. Our 1-year-old was in the back sit. In the recording, you can hear him yelling, insulting me, driving extreme fast. Okay. English is not her first language.
I'm just trying to see if she starts talking about getting hit or
No,
was he just yelling at her. Like,
let's see. In the bathroom, my shirt. 2:00, he came home and to say hours going out with friends. I told him that I needed to go out and pick some orders and BJ's. He got angry, started yelling again at the point that he ripped my shorts and shirt off, and I ran to the bathroom. That's not good. He ran behind me. I don't know, and grabbed me by my arm. I have marks on my left arm as well. He then came home at 12 p.m., left my car parked in the neighborhood, and into the morning I asked him for the key. He said he wasn't going to give it to me because he had things to do. I ordered an Uber to leave my kids because I was scared of him. Minutes later, he called that our car wasn't there anymore. At the point, I'm afraid to be this close to him. So yeah, so this is the guy we're fighting to bring back. Stop it. Let's not do that.
Well, it sounds like it was just a basic argument. Well, after the pants and shirt ripped off.
I agree, but here's what I'm getting at. This is not the guy we're trying to bring back because there are people who are much better people, I'm sure, than this guy who have done less, who have been prosecuted. For example, Jonathan Majors. So, let's just be real.
I just feel that because, I totally understand where you're coming from. I just know it's gonna turn on us eventually, and it's just I just know as black men, it's going to turn on us eventually.
This is a constant. I can never get behind this theory. I think that's a fearful mindset, and I think if you have your shit together and you have your finances in order, we've already had things put against us, and we know how the game works. So then you just continue to move forward. I don't think that they're going to be locking up 50 Cent and sending him anywhere. You know why? Because he has his shit together. I don't think they're going to be locking up anybody who works in government who's doing well. I don't think LeBron James is at risk or his children. So you know what? Get your shit together. Get your money together. Make sure your life is right, and then you'll be fine. The same way, if you did the due process, I have a lot of friends who are Hispanics and who are not from America. And you know what? Maybe they came over illegally, but you know what? They did all their paperwork, and now they don't have this problem.
All it takes is one white woman.
Oh yeah, well that's different. That's how they do it. That's how they I will admit, you know what? You're right. But see, if we're talking, no, they're not. ICE isn't about to be out here rounding us up. It's going to be Tony fucking Busby. That's who it's going to be. Tony Busby's going to say, you know what? You know what? We can't have you people just running around here.
They're going to wrap up the Busby, bro, and I'm not for it. Let's talk about. I want you to get
Kanye's cousin is going to hire Busby.
Oh, you might get him out of jail. Well, you can't get you murdered.
He stabbed a pregnant woman.
Okay, all right. Please, I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. Carmelo Anthony.
Tell me more about this. Yeah,
I really wanted to try to grab facts from you. from not you, but like grab facts from how you felt and everything about it, because the situation is apparently he was in a tent. They were at a tailgate or something like that. I don't know, something like that. They were in a tent. Apparently, he was asked to leave or something, and he someone ended up getting stabbed.
The white kid got stabbed.
The white kid ended up getting stabbed and died. Now he just got out on bail. I think his bail was originally like 500,000. The judge reduced it to 250. And I just want to see what the plain facts of the situation is, because Twitter is very racist right now.
Oh yeah,
and like it's like crazy, but at the same time, it's like, did the boy have to get stabbed?
Well, so here's the funny thing. That's why I haven't been able to find. I haven't in my all respects. I have not really delved into news articles and figured that out. But everything I see online, I know I'm like, okay, this is kind of bullshit. Like these are like opinions. They're not really
exactly. These are just opinions. Because then I'm hearing something that it wasn't a knife, it was a cleat sharpener, and it wasn't like.
And I don't know. And why was he, like you said, why was he stabbing someone and killing them? But then I also heard from, but this is hearsay, so don't, but I also heard it's like, oh, that kid and a group of his friends were like known for bullying the fuck out of people at the school, and they were a problem. Like this wasn't the first time. Like
the white kids?
Yes. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
so it's and then I also saw a video of, I guess there was this I want to show you this. This is like one of the coolest things I've seen, if this is real. But apparently this guy, kind of white supremacist guy, who was kind of like, this is the problem. And, your son was basically trying.
The father was
the father said, get that racist shit out of here. I don't agree with anything you're doing. Hold on. I'm going to show the video. It was like, I fucked with that so hard.
I fuck with the dad.
Yeah, the dad was cool.
I actually fuck with the dad. Like, and I see different things happening. Like the dad went to the press conference for the go run it.
No, finish.
The dad went to the press conference that Carmelo Anthony's family had.
Oh, wow.
And like I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently like they were like, it's not respectful for you to be here or something. Like, I don't know, but like it seems every time I see the dad speak, he has like a good poise, and he doesn't, like, his son's dead. You could be mad at the boy who killed your son of 100,000%, but he's not making it a race
issue. Yeah, and I also think, like, realistically, if we're looking at it objectively, just like everything else, I know about as much about Austin Metcalf as I know about the guy, or what's his name?
Carmelo Anthony.
No. Thomas Matthew Crooks. We know about the same. Thomas Matthew, exactly. You don't even know the name. That's the guy who shot at Trump.
See,
we know about the same amount, which is nothing. And that is where my problem is. It's like, okay, Carmelo Anthony, yes, easier name to sell because there's an NBA player who already has the name. Black kid, okay, who got, all I know is his bond got put down, and all I know is that he stabbed someone. Fair, got it. Not completely sure where anything else lies with that. And even his background, it's not a whole bunch about his background, but there's a little bit. There's literally nothing about this Austin kid. So I'm like, what even is the real situation? And it almost seems like the dad speaking out this way, he might have known his kid was a little
kid. He's an asshole.
My kid's an asshole. My kid's a problem. And my kid be tripping. Like, it seems as if it's a father who's like, this is unacceptable. This shouldn't have happened to my son. But I do know my son was kind of an asshole. It doesn't seem like a father who's like, I haven't seen one person come out and be like, Austin was blah, blah, blah. He never did it. I ain't seen one thing like that. So, and that's usually the storyline you go with.
And then in this video that you're about to show, I hate that white man.
Oh, he's an asshole.
He's a piece of shit, because the father, what he said to the father after he was asking him to do that shit, like, he's a piece of shit.
And
bro.
So is the black guy who's standing next to him.
I don't know who that motherfucker is. That big fucking
race divide and bridging the gap.
Oh no. Oh, this is a bad one. Hold on. We have to find a better one, because this is a very good video. Okay, there we go.
Why can't you stand that and say with us, this country is wrong? Why can't you stand that and say with us, with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue?
The black guy
that is
next to him is
larger
a
than
fucking
Austin at
clown.
this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap.
Yep.
I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking.
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk. My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that.
You are not a black man. Shut the fuck up.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem.
I can't believe you would say that to a person who just lost their child. White guilt, and you're being weak.
You're being weak.
What the fuck?
Crazy. No, and it's funny because he's actually being strong. He's
For sure. The easy play.
The easy play is to play into it. You know how much money he'd make if he just played into it? All the donations, all the stuff. If he played into the race thing.
Yeah.
No,
but
he's like, that's not what I'm about. That's not what we about. That's not what we on. My son's dead. Listen, man.
Right. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I do. Hopefully, when we do the next one, we'll have a little more like facts of what's going on in this case, because it's just like I said, I don't
think enough is out. Like I feel like not enough's out. Like in like too many conflicting stories keep coming out. Like we'll wait.
Yeah, but
hey,
well, we did it. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Everybody who stayed in through the stream. Like and subscribe. I don't say that enough. Like and subscribe. Press the fucking buttons, man. We need people to, we need people watching this shit. Look at that. Mine doesn't do that. Yeah, and we're gonna have this Sunday the Mardi Gras episode coming out. That's gonna be fun.
No, seriously, we're about to give you guys a fucking movie. All right.
Yes.
Fucking movie.
That's why it took so long. But it's good.
Fucking hits, yo.
It's good. It's good.
Clicks for days. You're gonna be able to like take the shit out and like make like memes of Maestro from the shit that you.
It's true. Speaking of this, Nick, that's the next one you chop up, Mardi Gras. So after the Mardi Gras, we can have the clips after it drops.
Okay, segment of Mardi Gras.
See,
love you,
brother, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.